Firstly, belated happy birthday, Nitin. Thank you everyone for letting us know. We'll try and have a cake for him.
It's not a joke.
It's not a joke. Good afternoon, everyone who has come, members of the press, friends, family, supporters, Team Max, Team First Ray, everybody who has helped make this film. Dil se thank you. आपके सवाल का मेरे पास एक जवाब नहीं है, लेकिन द थॉट इज कि आई लव मूवीज एंड यू लाइक एंड दिस फिल्म इज माय होमाज टू माय फेवरेट फिल्म मेकर अल्फ्रेड हिचकॉक. मेरी किस्मत अच्छी थी कि मैं इलाहाबाद में पैदा हुआ था और वहाँ बाय मिस्टेक बाय द बाय मेरे आंटी और अंकल VHS टेप्स लाते थे फ्रॉम द US. तो मैंने कुछ फिल्में देख ली हिचकॉक की. द रोप वाज द फर्स्ट वन and उसमें भी एक trunk था, so the trunk stayed with me, and this film is an out and out thriller, not just for him but for our audiences who don't really get to taste black comedies. हिंदुस्तान में दिल्ली बेली और ब्लैकमेल दो फिल्में हैं जो मेरे जहन में है, जो याद आती हैं रिसेंट पास्ट में. इरफान साहब की ब्लैकमेल और दिल्ली बेली ऑफ कोर्स. So the effort was to make a pure genre film, and I'm grateful to the 5 actors including Zoha who are in this film for trusting the script. क्योंकि सच बताऊं तो सबको during the course of the film we discovered a lot what's in the film. The workshopping process was the magic with them, क्योंकि ये इतने दिग्गज कलाकार हैं सब, and I'm a fan of them. I call Rasika the female Shahrukh Khan because for good reason, not just for that. हम लोग editor और मैं edit table पे we would be salivating how she maintains her continuity to perfection on each take. मैंने सिर्फ शाहरुख सर के साथ मैंने 1-2 बार काम किया, उनको देखा है, और उस लेवल की प्रिसिशन मैंने रसिका के साथ देखी, और वो थिएटर से आता है. अर्जुन माथुर, आई हैव बीन अ फैन ऑफ हिज चॉइसेस, लाइक द मैन स्टैंड्स फॉर व्हाट ही बिलीव्स इन, एंड आई हैव अ लॉट ऑफ रिस्पेक्ट फॉर दैट. द बेस्ट एक्टर कॉल्ड अर्जुन इन इंडिया, hands down. And I am so grateful that he came on board on this picture, because originally एक दूसरा कलाकार था जो ये रोल करने वाला था, and it was a last minute change, not last minute but the last. तन्मय धनन्या I'm a fan of since Brahman Naman. Netflix की पहली इंडियन ओरिजिनल फिल्म थी Brahman Naman. If you guys haven't seen it, please watch it. And since then I have just followed him as an artist in a way where I admire who he is, what he does, the choices he makes on set, and I have learned as an actor. सच बताऊं तो इनको देख देख के जो मैंने सीखा है while directing them is more than anything else. So thank you all of you, to the team Jean-Marc and to Varun Gupta from Max for believing in this and getting excited about it just as I did. So that's why this film exists. Thank you.
Tell me one thing, Anshuman. You know, when we talk about directorial debuts, and especially when this is your fourth production, right? What made you say कि इसी को मुझे डायरेक्ट करना है, and इससे पहले क्यों नहीं हुआ, इसके बाद क्यों नहीं लगा करूँगा, और किसी और चीज़ से genre film, because at times you know we say कि अच्छा क्या होने वाला है, ये तो थोड़ी हटके होगी.
ये सब तकिया कलाम नुस्खे हैं, हटके, these words. I feel we've created boxes for ourselves and we like to keep repeating it and identifying it with it. I think identification with anything is a recipe for failure. And we as a country, as an industry, kind of sometimes master it, I feel. I wanted to completely break away the first time I stepped behind the camera, something which made me uncomfortable. Vikas Mishra, my writer, is sitting here. He's the real, guys, can we have a big round of applause? He's the real hero of this film. Writers make films. He gave me 2 years of his life writing this film. This film went to South Asian Film Market in Singapore, जहाँ पे it was selected as one of the top 10 Asian scripts. And Golden Ratio Films came on board from that moment on, and I have backed this film. My endeavor to, ऐसा मैंने सोचा नहीं था कि यही directorial debut होगी, but I really believed in the script. इसके बाद मैं फिर से direct करूँगा, कब करूँगा? Actually, Lakad Bagga 2 has already happened. So, but what will I do? I don't plan and decide. It happens on the fly, on the go, if the right people come on board. But the script really called out to me. And it was Vikas's idea, to be totally honest, on the writing table, क्योंकि मैंने उससे कहा कि ये फिल्म सिंगल लेंस पे शूट होनी चाहिए. Then मैंने उससे कहा सिर्फ बीथोवन होना चाहिए. So I think on the 5th draft, he looked at me in the eye in his house, I remember the moment, and he said, Anshuman, you direct this, otherwise you will ghost direct this. So it was actually him who pushed me, credit where due, to take this opportunity on.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Rasika and Arjun, this one's for you. एक ही क्वेश्चन मैं आप दोनों से पूछ रहा हूँ. मुझे प्लीज बताइए कि looking at your filmographies, मतलब जो भी आप लोगों ने काम किया, as I said, every single time it's something जो हमने नहीं देखा है. Here, what tempted you to say yes to this project and working with this gentleman here?
There's nothing more exciting than being put into a room with four other brilliant actors and being left to do what you want to do with some direction, and how much to be directed and how much not to be directed is a very tough call for directors to make. And I think Anshuman did a fantastic job of that, to say exactly what is required and to workshop in a certain way. तो मेरे लिए तो बहुत ही मज़ेदार चीज़ होती है जब when a script is so reliant on a performance, on performance. So that's a very interesting challenge for an actor, और हम सब अपनी जर्नीज में यही ढूंढ रहे होते हैं. And when you have great co-actors to play off, then it's a treat that you can't say no to.
Yeah, for me also, actually मैंने जब पहली बार ये स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ा था ना, मेरे को बिल्कुल समझ नहीं आया. तो primarily मैंने उसी लिए हाँ बोला. But it was exciting, it was something different, which is what I'm trying to say, कि मेरे को समझ नहीं आया, मतलब कि it was so out of the ordinary and so filled with nuance, because the nuance is not all there on paper. कागज पर नहीं है. मुझे ये फिल्म अच्छी तरह समझ आई वर्कशॉप करते करते, उससे भी ज़्यादा समझ आई परफॉर्म करते करते. So and then of course Anshuman, the first time I met him, I think we connected, and 2019 में हम मिले थे, 2022 में हमने शूट किया, तो वो भी कोविड का टाइम गुजरा. In that period, also Anshuman went through some personal tragedy, which for me it was like, जो भी है, I am sticking by this man, and that's why I'm here. Yeah. Right. And of course, I was always wanted to work with Rasika, so he was giving me that opportunity, so no brainer.
Yeah, same. I also wanted to.
Yeah.
I forgot to say that. It's not a joke.
She's like, topping it up with, it's not a joke. बाकी समझ लो जिसने जो समझना है. Okay.
She's got the memo from
Yeah, she's actually saying it, So आगे की देखी जाएगी. Tanmay sir, and of course Paresh, this one's for you. Talk to us about these characters that you're playing here. और मैं typical वो सवाल नहीं पूछ रहा हूँ कि अच्छा किरदार ने क्या किया कैसे, because you guys bring in a lot of this mystery and mayhem लेके आ रहे हो यहाँ पे. So tell us something about that. Spoilers दिए बगैर, of course.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to talk about this guy without giving spoilers. But I think I don't know, generally, like, I am attracted to characters which are workers of some sort or the other. And delivery people, like, I don't know, there's something about people who deliver things which is very interesting. And this character, the script was amazing, the workshopping was great fun. And इसमें मतलब I think my context was मैं जब UK में था तो I had gone to visit a friend of mine, and in her house there were a lot of people who were mostly from Bangladesh, but like other parts of South Asia as well, who were trying to make a living, and बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग लोग थे वो लोग. उनकी खुद की कहानियाँ थी घर से, मतलब वो लोग कुछ पोएट थे, ये थे वो थे, पर UK में आकर वो लोग पिज्जा डिलीवर कर रहे थे. So I found that very fascinating कि ये मतलब जो हम लोग सोचते कि हाँ कोई यार स्विगी वाला बंदा, जोमेटो वाला बंदा हमारे घर पे, but they all have their proper lives behind them. और उसको 5 सेकंड में मिलते हम लोग थैंक यू वेरी मच करके हम लोग बोल देते हैं. But इस फिल्म में थैंक यू वेरी मच नहीं होता है, कुछ और होता है. So that I won't tell कि क्या होता है. But anyway, so I found it quite exciting. I think Anshuman really sold me the idea of Pan, and बहुत मजा आया. Like workshopping with these guys. ये नहीं थे वो पहले वाले workshop में, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Right. Paresh, for you.
यार हेलो एवरीबॉडी. पहली चीज इसने कही कि आओ कभी हवेली पे. I was sold there. I didn't need to read the script or anything. I'm like, that's the best invitation. That's what we also want to say. आओ कभी हवेली पे on the 10th of October and watch our film. Of course, working with the best people. There are 2 types of people. एक जो complain करते रहते हैं कि यार हिंदी फिल्मों में सेम ही स्क्रिप्ट्स हैं, कुछ नया नहीं बन रहा है, सेम ही brainless चीजें बन रही हैं. And then when something like this, comes to you, somebody who's taking an initiative and making something so different, we had to jump on it. And this character that I'm playing here, his name is Basuki. I can't tell you anything about him. film देखने के बाद आप बताइएगा. There is a lot of jokes in the film, a lot of blood, a lot of pizza. If you like any of these three, then yes, this is the one film.
Like हमको तो सब पसंद है. Blood, pizza, jokes. What was there not to like? Of course. Thank you so much for sharing that. One last question before we ask our friends to shoot their questions to you. Talk to us about the process, because I was reading somewhere that you've always emphasized on the fact that filmmaking is a process, right? You need to follow it. And यहाँ पे भी all of them talked about workshops and whatnot. So talk to us about that. How important is it?
You know, a lot of people misunderstand me sometimes when I say this. For me, the joy is when we are workshopping. The most joy, actually, for me. And I've said this through all my films. And I've been lucky, I've had teachers. And then when I did my first film with Debakar followed that. He put us in a room for a month. And it just, it's like a machine. The more you process it, the sharper it gets. So we spent about, over 2 years, we spent, give or take, a couple of months on and off. Going back to the script, reading, breaking down things, because Vikas had left a lot of nuance. He had researched on it so much, and I wanted to respect and do justice to that. A. B. Also had such fantastic actors, where I love directors who don't tell me what to do, but just tell me what not to do if I go wrong. So I wanted to see what actors interpret the script as and bring it on the table. And the workshopping process helps you get to the base of it. And sometimes it changes. Like there is a lot of context that Vikas had in his semi-final draft, which is not there in the final draft. But when Chicago, the screening happened at Chicago at the festival, somebody got up and raised exactly the same point. I felt like that character must be that. And Vikas had that in his for Paresh's character. जब आप film देखोगे तो समझोगे. What workshopping does is it brings all those elements into light, and it makes it more fulfilling. देखिए film आएगी चली जाएगी. Films work, films don't work, but what will stay with us is the time we spent creating this. That's why I constantly say, and God bless everyone with a long life, but we are going to die. This film will still be available 100 years later, so we better enjoy what we do. And in our limited time that we had together, I just like to stress that is the most important thing. And I cannot work with actors who just want to turn up on set, deliver and go, because it's superficial and it shows in the performance. I was blessed to have 5 actors who gave it their all, and that's why the process is where the magic lies, according to me.
Absolutely. And what सारे सवाल होंगे, we'll take those questions now, but quickly can we get the questions? Yeah, thank you so much.
Vijay, पूछ.
नहीं रे.
And where are we getting the first question from? Just to know.
From Sagar.
Okay.
सागर नहीं विजय है.
अरे विजय पूछना.
ते बघ कसं बसलं. तो कसं बसलं.
Thank you. Yeah, Ambani sir.
अब तो कुर्सियाँ आ गई, अब सवाल पूछना ही पड़ेगा.
विजय थोड़ा नीचे हो यार.
अंबानी सर करेंगे पहले.
विजय थोड़ा नीचे हो.
Can we have one more chair, guys, please? For Nitin, please. It's there, please.
So much love I'm getting.
Only because it was your birthday yesterday.
एक फोटो तो बनता है लेकिन.
Okay, I.
Hi, this is Adi from Filmy Beat. Anshuman, my question to you is that, of course, I'm dying after seeing the thriller. As you said, we all die someday.
In the trunk or out of the trunk?
Out of the trunk on the
खुश हो गया रे, आदि का नाम सुन
chair.
के.
It is fantastic, right? But we know that Indians are still connected to the roots and the stories that we see in the villages. Majorly the local, the folk stories that we know. So how are you gonna match that and relate to people out there? Or is just that we'll have the different audience for this film, maybe the urban audience only?
Thank you for asking that question. It's very important to understand, and now I'm speaking from the producer's chair. And this is something Varun and me connect on in a big way, which is why we've partnered. films never fail. Rule 1, budgets fail. Rule 2, every film has a very specific audience. If you don't know who you're making the film for, it's a recipe for failure. When Vikas and me were writing, and Vikas is here, he can vouch for it, we knew this film is not for the grassroots of India. The fact that it has considerable amount of English in it is testimony to the fact that it will appeal to people who can speak the language. So we were not delusional. We knew who we are making this film for, what the genre is, who it will attract. At the same time, sometimes I feel as a film fraternity, we have वो हिंदी में एक मुहावरा है कुएं का मेढक syndrome. We think what we are seeing is the world. There is a world out there, and our audiences are so smart that they want to explore that world. We as filmmakers have the responsibility to serve it to them so that they can start reacting to newer concepts, newer kinds of films, and by God's grace it's happening now. So when Varun and me have decided to release this film also, we are very clear on who our TG is, who are the people who are going to watch this film, which is why we are only coming in 15 cities in India. You know, cities A and some B plus tier cities. Kyunki the thing with having Max on board as a marketing partner is they know the pulse of which state, which city, having Cinepolis as a partner. I have personally sat down and looked at businesses of Ship of Thesis, of Delhi Belly, of Knives Out. We are only coming in theaters where people have gone to watch those films. That's how you create a model. It can't happen by talk. It needs groundwork, it needs research, and that is what we are trying to do. So we are not at all wanting this film to work in Darbhanga. Let's get that straight. We want this film to work in the 15 cities. Hopefully, that will create a set of audiences. Who knows, it might, actually. I would like to be wrong and be slapped in my face for that. I love being wrong because I learn something every time I'm wrong. But for now, whatever limited knowledge Varun and me have, we have tried to put it out there for a very specific audience. And I think that's how every film should be looked at. It should not be a blanket for all. And I think Max especially is doing that very well when they market films.
बताए कि मुझे क्या नहीं करना है, क्योंकि आपने इस फिल्म का निर्देशन किया है, इन सभी एक्टर्स के जो बहुत कमाल के एक्टर्स हैं, इनको आपने क्या बताया कि क्या नहीं करना है, क्या जरूरत पड़ी?
नहीं, देखिए वर्कशॉप और प्रोसेस की खूबसूरती ये है. देखिए मैं बचपन में क्रिकेट खेलता था और मैं दिन के 6 घंटे नेट्स करता था. आई प्लेड फॉर दिल्ली, सो दैट वाज माय अदर बिग पैशन, स्टिल इज. आई कांट गो इन अ मैच एंड डिसाइड व्हाट आई वांट टू डू. Which is why the process of preparation and rehearsal is where the real art lies. Then your craft takes over and you perform on set in the given circumstances. Because set पे बहुत चीजें सही हो सकती हैं, गलत हो सकती हैं. There can be a snowstorm, which there was. Cars can go into water, which they went. Cars can ram into gates because there was snow on the floor. You will get late. एक scene जो 4 घंटे में shoot होना था, उसके लिए 2 घंटा मिलेगा. These actors in their workshop, the thing with good actors, और मैं प्रियंका एक लाइन में बोलूंगा, आई डोंट थिंक देयर आर गुड और बैड एक्टर्स, देयर आर एक्टर्स एंड नॉन एक्टर्स. द गुड थिंग विद एक्टर्स इज they are always surrendering and they are opening themselves up to exploration, which all these 5 actors have the gift of. So when you're working with such talent, all you need to do is nudge them and they bring out more than what is needed. So I didn't have to tell them or push them or explain to them something. In fact, they surprised me. There are 2 scenes, I have seen the film so many times, but there are more than a few scenes where I still get goosebumps because the choice I had in mind, they made a different choice which was better. And I think that's the director's job, to let the actors fly, because the story is being told through this tool. You know, they are serving the story. My job as a director is to surrender to the story. And that's what I have done. And that's the biggest difference I have felt, because I've acted till now and now I've directed. As an actor, you serve a story. As a director, you surrender to the story. अगर आपके सवाल का जवाब मैंने नटशेल में दिया, मुझे इनको ज़्यादा कुछ बताने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ी थी. वर्कशॉप में हो गया था जो होना था. हमने एक बाउंड्री सेट कर दी थी कि इसके अंदर खेलिए.
तो नहीं कह सकते, लेकिन जैसे उन्होंने एक छोटे से शब्द में समझाया कि रसिका क्या है, तो इसको आप कैसे लेती हैं?
This is the first time I'm hearing it, and it's such a great compliment. I'm really gloating about it. So I'm still absorbing it. But it's a great compliment. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
जी
बैकअप
हेलो एवरीवन। जैसे हमने देखा है कि रोम कॉम हो, थ्रिलर हो, इस तरह का जॉनर काफ़ी चलता है। बाहर ऑडियंस जो फॉरेन ऑडियंस है, इस तरह का जॉनर वहाँ चलता है। डू यू थिंक इस टाइप का जॉनर जब इंडियन सिनेमा या फिर हिंदी ऑडियंस देखेगी तो चलेगा? ये एक बड़ा टास्क होता है क्योंकि हिंदी सिनेमा को रोम कॉम, कॉमेडी, थ्रिलर इस तरह की चीज़ें चलती है ज़्यादा। तो डू यू थिंक इट्स अ वेरी बिग रिस्क फॉर यू?
सर वो क्या डायलॉग था, रिस्क है तो इश्क है? आई डोंट थिंक इट्स अ रिस्क, नंबर वन. I can list out 5 films right now which are genre films and that have done very well. 2 I have already mentioned. Delhi Belly was a genre film. Death in the Gunj was a pure genre film. According to me, the best film for me in this century. I love that film. जहाँ तक दूसरी बात है, आप सक्सेस और रिस्क की बात कर रहे हो, हर फिल्म का रिस्क मीटर अलग होता है. अभी क्या हो गया, हम लोग इतना नंबर ऑब्सेस्ड हो गए हैं ना कि हम एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं हर फिल्म को 10 करोड़, 50 करोड़, 100 करोड़. ये हिंदुस्तान की पहली फिल्म है जिसको बफलो 8, जो कि अमेरिका की सबसे बड़ी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन एजेंसी है, रेजर रील फेस्टिवल होता है यूरोप में, यूरोप का सबसे बड़ा जॉनर फेस्ट है, वहाँ फिल्म देख के दे पिक दिस फिल्म अप. आपको एक चीज़ समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है कि अगर पिक्चर 5 रुपए की है तो उसको 100 रुपए करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. आप समझ रहे हैं? तो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट द सक्सेस मीटर्स दैट वी हैव पुट ऑन सिनेमा इन जनरल, नंबर ओरिएंटेड. मेरी पहली फिल्म लव सेक्स और धोखा 2 करोड़ में बनी थी, 22.5 करोड़ का बिजनेस था उसका. टॉकिंग बिजनेस नाउ. इट वॉज अ ब्लॉकबस्टर बाय स्टैंडर्ड्स, 11 टाइम्स द मनी. लेकिन देयर आर ऑल्सो अदर फिल्म्स दैट हैव डन not that much but are equally successful because their sales internationally have covered numbers that we can't even imagine. एक simple उदाहरण दूंगा. एक बहुत अच्छी फिल्म है लंच बॉक्स का अगर मैं आपको इंटरनेशनल सेल्स रिपोर्ट के नंबर्स दिखा दूं तो आप शॉक में आ जाओगे. यहाँ की ब्लॉकबस्टर्स के मुकाबले इट्स डन डबल द नंबर. लेकिन यहाँ जो मैंने पहले बोला, वो कुएं में मेढक सिंड्रोम, क्या होता है ना, हम ऑब्सेस हो गए हैं थोड़ा नंबर्स से. 100 करोड़, 200 करोड़, वीकेंड क्या है. पुराने ज़माने में क्या होता था, शोले भी जब खुली थी, पिक्चर ओपन नहीं होती थी, ग्रो करती थी. हमें नई चीज़ें देनी चाहिए जिससे उसको मौका मिले ऑर्गेनिकली ग्रो करने का. अभी ये इंस्टेंट ग्रेटिफिकेशन के चक्कर में हम पहले ही स्टैंप लगा देना चाहते हैं सक्सेस या फेलियर. वरुण और मैं बिल्कुल क्लियर हैं इस मामले में कि इस पिक्चर के साथ हम इसको वो चांस देंगे. एक पिक्चर एक बच्चे की तरह होता है. आप समझिए, मेरी अभी 18 महीने की बच्ची है, तो मैं ये डायरेक्ट एनालॉजी कर सकता हूँ कि हर बच्चा यूनिक होता है. अगर आप हर बच्चे को एक ही जैसे बड़ा करेंगे तो आप फेलियर्स देंगे, और वही हो रहा है हमारी जिंदगियों में और फिल्मों में. तो जॉनर फिल्म इंडिया में सक्सेस बहुत हुए हैं पिछले 20 साल में. मैं आपको 3 नाम तो ऐसे ही दे चुका हूँ, और भी दे सकता हूँ. वरुण, एनी मोर नेम्स, जॉनर फिल्म्स दैट come to your mind that have done numbers? Sayyara is a pure genre film. It's a romance as a genre. I mean, and nobody gave it a chance. Narsimha, thank you. Narsimha, great example. Who gave it a chance? Who gave Narsimha a chance? If my friend Mayank is here from Cinepolis, he will tell you best. Nobody gave that film an opportunity and a chance, and the film grew from 500 screens to 1000 screens to 1500 screens. वो उस फिल्म का स्केल था. हम डिल्यूजन नहीं है, हमें पता है ये 1500 स्क्रीन वाली फिल्म नहीं है, 1000 स्क्रीन. हम अपने लेवल पे ग्रो करेंगे इस फिल्म की साइज के हिसाब से. सो सिनेमा इज आर्ट एंड कॉमर्स, लेकिन हमें उसे बॉक्स करने की जरूरत नहीं है. एवरी फिल्म कैन हैव अ यूनिक स्ट्रैटेजी फॉर रिलीज एंड फॉर द स्केल ऑफ रिलीज. एंड ये सीखना और समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है सबके लिए, बिकॉज अ लॉट ऑफ मेन स्ट्रीम फिल्म्स आर फेलिंग ऑल्सो बिकॉज ऑफ नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस. क्योंकि ये टेम्पलेट में जा रहा है, 1000 स्क्रीन, 2000 स्क्रीन. इट्स बेटर टू डू 50% बिजनेस इन 200 screens than doing 10% business in 1000 screens, because then you can grow.
But what's important for you, Indian market or the foreign market?
Of course, Indian market and foreign market. इंडिया इज माई कंट्री, आई मेक, ये पिक्चर इंडियंस जो बाहर देश के रहते हैं उसके बारे में है, आइडेंटिटी के बारे में है, कि जब आप यूके में रहते हो क्या आप इंडियन हो, क्या आप ब्रिटिश हो। और मैंने अपने दोस्तों को देखा है इससे स्ट्रगल करते हुए, उनको उनका एक्सेंट बदलता है, लेकिन फिर जब वो इंडिया आते हैं तो ब्रिटिश एक्सेंट में बात करते हैं। और मैं मुझसे बेहतर इंसान नहीं हो सकता इस बारे में बात करने के लिए, क्योंकि मेरी अमेरिकन बीवी है। तो आई हैव अ क्रॉस एंगल ऑन बोथ साइड्स। जब मैं अमेरिका जाता हूँ मुझे इमिग्रेंट बोला जाएगा, वो इंडिया आती है उसको एक्सपैट बोला जाता है। क्यों? किसने बनाए ये रूल्स? क्यों हो रहा है? अभी दुनिया में क्या हो रहा है ये आपको भी पता है। ये फिल्म आइडेंटिटी के बारे में है और एशियंस के बारे में है। एक बांग्लादेशी पिज्ज़ा बॉय है, 4 इंडियंस हैं, यूके में अटके हुए हैं अपनी अपनी ज़िंदगी और जद्दोजहद में, लेकिन वो कौन है? ये फिल्म उसके बारे में। एंड दैट ह्यूमन एलिमेंट माय फ्रेंड इज आई थिंक अ क्वेश्चन ऑल ऑफ अस हैव, कि हु आर वी?
Hello,
हाँ बोला।
this is Bharat from Update Now. My question is to Paresh.
अरे क्या कर रहा है विजय?
Sometimes it's a film like this was like very theater. All 4 of us, all 5 of us were flowing. We were feeding off each other's energy, and allowing that energy, I think, is the best direction sometimes, or how not to over direct. And I think it didn't feel like it was Anshuman's first film. It felt like, you know, he's been doing this for a very, very long time. And we had the best time. And I think, like he said, कि set पे जाके तो बस एक formality होती है. The time we spent before that, in the workshop, the time we spent with each other, laughing, eating together, he also put us, other than the shoot, he also put us in one mansion together. हम साथ में रह रहे थे सब. ऐसा नहीं था कि सब अलग अलग रह रहे हैं, साथ में रह रहे हैं कि मेरा कमरा है, सामने अर्जुन का है, और पूरा दिन इसको मैं बॉक्सर में घूमता हुआ देख रहा हूँ, फिर साइड पे भी देख रहा हूँ। तो the bond actually came from there because we were so comfortable with each other by the time we reached on set, and we were eating together again, that, you know, kind of bunch people together. तो बहुत मज़ा आया. I think it was a very different experience, and I would love to. I've told him anytime he's doing something, I'd love to do it again.
Hi everyone, can you hear me? Here I am. Hi. So my question is for Rasika. I am Radul Sharma from Filming. Hi Rasika, how are you? So as Anshuman told you, you're the lady SRK here. So what attracted you the most about this film, about your character?
I have to admit that it is a very author-driven part, and I think thank you Vikas for that, because जब मैंने स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ी, मैंने ऐसी बहुत सारी प्रोजेक्ट्स की जब मैंने स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ी और मुझे लगा है कि कहानी में बहुत दम है, बाकी किरदारों के पास बहुत कुछ है करने को, मेरे किरदार में है वो बात, लेकिन वो मुझे बनाना पड़ेगा और मुझे वो काम करना पड़ेगा। और उससे मेरा ये मतलब नहीं कि मैं ज़्यादा फुटेज खा लूँ या मुझे ज़्यादा लाइन्स चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं, लेकिन उसमें उसको शाइन करने के लिए कुछ मुझे ज़्यादा काम करना पड़ेगा। एंड दैट इज़ बीन अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग चैलेंज, and I felt very happy when that has worked also, you know. But when I read this part, I felt, for the first time, I think I felt ki this is a character which really has a backing from the writing, you know. And so my job became very easy, and I said sometimes I should give myself that opportunity also. Also, I think it tells through this character, I felt like there was so much about the women I have grown up with, you know, कि आज तक मैं किसी भी रूम में जाऊँ तो मुझे लगता है कि उस रूम की पीस को मेंटेन करना मेरी जिम्मेदारी है। और and the first time, half of the film, you do see a lot of that, and then that changes, you know. So I was very sort of moved by that, personally moved by that also.
Thank you. My next question is for Anshuman. See, Anshuman, whenever we talk about, you know, movies which are, you know, inspired from other filmmakers, and there are certain instances where, you know, filmmakers, you know, they have copied the films, right? So how do you draw the line that you only pay the homage to the filmmaker and not, you know, directly inspired from his works?
You don't copy their films. You don't play their DVD on set and go frame by frame. See यार, homage is something. मैं बड़े simple दो शब्दों में. If you are authentic and if your intent is honest, you will never do something with a film or a play that in any way cheats. Simple. Alfred Hitchcock for me is a figure that in my lifetime, if I can even achieve 1%, cinematically speaking, I'm not talking box office, I'm not talking any of that. Because see, we are 70 years away from, or 65 years away from his last film, and we are still talking about it. So when Vikas and me were writing, and again Vikas can vouch for this, I imagined this film as a single lens film because when the camera's depth of field, अभी जैसे मैं आपको देख रहा हूँ, मैं zoom in तो कर नहीं रहा, मैं आपको देख रहा हूँ, right? ये और मेरी depth organically fixed है. जब आप लेंस नहीं बदलते हैं, तो ऑडियंस की डेप्थ भी फिक्स हो जाती है 10 मिनट के बाद. They subconsciously get used to it. Then they start feeling like they are in the room if you have done a decent job as a filmmaker, which you will tell me after watching the film if I have done or not. So the choice of using a single lens was more script driven because it's a pure chamber film. 70% of the film is inside one house. It dictated, the script dictated that choice. The fact that Alfred Hitchcock has done this over the years definitely subconsciously has been in my influence. But I would say this is an out and out homage for the simple reason that I didn't say मैं एक लेंस पे फिल्म शूट करूंगा बिकॉज आप ऐसी स्क्रिप्ट लिखो. उन्होंने स्क्रिप्ट लिखी. स्क्रिप्ट के दौरान हमारे जैमिंग में हमें लगा कि इसका बेस्ट नैरेटिव स्टाइल एंड लैंग्वेज होगा अगर ऑडियंस ऐसा फील करे कि वो कमरे में है इन लोगों के साथ. I want the audience to be the sixth character. What's the best way to technically achieve that? I have used the Cooke i7 lenses, which are glorious pieces of lenses. Like, it's a toy I want to just cuddle and sleep. They're just the results you'll see. It's beautiful. But the challenge, and I had all the lenses, by the way. When you take an Cooke i7 series, you get the whole bank. There is a certain magic, and Jean-Marc Selva, who's the French DP, for one shot, he really wanted me to change the lens. But I said, if we are going pure, and I believe in this in life, I believe in this philosophy of 0 and 100. I live a very, what's the word? Binary. अब आपको पसंद नहीं आया वो आपका पर्सपेक्टिव है. मेरा बड़ा 0 और 100 का सीन है मेरा. अगर मैं कुछ करूँगा, मैं अभी 14 घंटे काम करूँगा, मैं घर जाके अपने कुत्तों को घुमाऊंगा. अर्जुन is my neighbor, he can vouch for that. I will not get a dog walker. So if I take a responsibility, I'm going to be accountable for it, no matter how inconvenient it is. So same goes in my filmmaking. I am not going to cheat in any way the script and the story that man has written there. So the lens dictated that. The narrative was dictated by the story and not the other way around. When people take a DVD at set and play and copy, that is cheating.
Did you all decide to be neighbors after the film?
Oh, we were building neighbors before and now we are apartment neighbors. So it's just...
Right. Please go ahead.
I'm very my question is for Rasika and Arjun. Arjun said that there is a lot of pressure on movies in terms of the box office. So, as actors, how do you look at stars?
ऑफिस ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड अब देख लो.
मेरा तो रिश्ता ही नहीं है. I'm looking for something which is conventional. अगर आपके पास हो कुछ तो प्लीज बता दो.
No, okay. Basically, I think as artists, we just want to. Speaking for myself, I just want to do work that I connect with. मेरे को जो करने में मजा आएगा मुझे वो करना है. To be very honest with you, मैं ज़्यादा ना ही मैंने अपने फ्यूचर के बारे में सोचा है, ना ही इंडियन सिनेमा के फ्यूचर के बारे में सोचा है, ना ही बॉक्स ऑफिस के बारे में. Moment to moment, I see something instinctively. If it's touched me or stirred something or put me in some kind of thought, provoked a thought, then I want to bring that to the audience. Not always the best judge of कौन ऑडियंस इसे देखेगी नहीं देखेगी, and that's in nobody's control. आपके कंट्रोल में है जो काम आप कर सकते हो, और आपका जब दिल किसी चीज में हो तभी आप अच्छा काम कर सकते हो. टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, वो मैंने करके देख लिया एक बार, you know, सिर्फ पैसे के लिए एक फिल्म करी, but in retrospect I hated the experience, you know, of being on that set every day. I was miserable on that set every day. तो बस इसमें मजा है, that's it, you know.
And I think as actors, you have the luxury of making a luxury. I think that's the only way to make choices as actors. That to have no strategy is the strategy. I feel because as producers and maybe as directors, you can't do that. But as actors, I think you should do that.
Can I, Mayur, right? Can I ask you a question? What is conventional? Masala. Masala is conventional. So if I may ask, out of respect, because you're a very respected film journalist, A Death in the Gunj, was it conventional or not conventional? It was a pure genre film. Do you know the business of that film and the cost of making it? I'm getting there. राइटर ने बोला पिक्चर में मसाला है. इस पिक्चर में इतना मसाला है. देखिए हम लोगों ने क्या किया है ना, आइटम नंबर ये वो भर भर के दिमाग में एक टेम्पलेट बना दिया है. You know, you only go into a box when you're dead, boss. Don't make boxes before that.
मसाले भी बहुत होते हैं.
हाँ.
मतलब लाल मिर्च गरम मसाला छोड़कर there's also basil,
Oregano, और हमें अच्छा लगता है. Chili pepper. तो एक कन्वेंशनल टर्म जो है ना, ये हमारे दिमाग में ड्रिल किया गया है. ये पिक्चर मसालेदार फिल्म है. और बॉक्स भी है. And it's not a joke. So we are not again. We have to re-educate ourselves. I can cite 5 films right now in this post-COVID, which have done numbers that are bigger than their, and it's a mix of mostly South Indian films. One of the good reasons why they're doing is because they don't put these boxes. They imagine a story and they make it honestly. And that's why the audience connects with it. So let's not.
Also that there वो है ना, there's enough of that, है कि नहीं?
हाँ.
And there are people who are really good at it, doing it really well. You know, I think कि वो बहुत है. And
I don't mind some.
हाँ ठीक है.
नहीं, मुझे भी बहुत पसंद है वो बॉक्स वाली फिल्म है. हाँ, by the way, I'm not.
देखने के लिए नहीं, I don't mind being in one is what I'm saying.
I love Singham, and I'm telling you, the first Singham, love it. Ticks all the boxes. But I also love so many other films that have done great numbers. Bheja Fry, Once Upon a Time, broke the rule, right? At that time, it was an out-of-the-box film which worked. Recently, there have been Khosla Ka Ghosla, LSD. How will you define LSD? My first film. Is it box or out of the box? Out of the box? Yes. 11 times the numbers, guys. I'm talking business here. 2 crores to 22.5 crores. A lot of, conventional films don't do that. I don't think Besharam did 22.5 crores. So, conventional film, right? So this conventional definition, the more we make cinema like this, which is where again Max and my partnership is critical, we have to make aesthetic, strong movies and create an ecosystem for them to thrive. Until the distribution, the marketing and the production don't come together, there is no hope. What Varun and me are trying to do is create a ecosystem which gives films like this a hope. As long as they are clear about the TG, what sir asked me right at the outset, your TG has to be clear. Who and what you're making the film for has to be clear. So I would like to believe this is a very conventional film.
Yeah, we'll take 2 more questions, right?
Hi, Anshuman. Jai here from Galata, India. So before the film was supposed to be presented by Anurag Kashyap, and his thought was even pure for this film. Then what happened? Why didn't that take place?
Yeah, Anurag sir saw this film and loved it, and he's been very kind. And his reviews also on the trailer. I don't have any one answer for that, but I will try to. We are all living very busy lives with a lot of things. And to quote Anurag Kashyap sir, he kind of ghosted me for 3 months because he likes saying that about somebody who's not amongst us. He's amongst us and I'm amongst us, so I can respectfully say that. I didn't hear from him for 3 months, and there was no way for me to keep waiting.
वो आदत है उनकी थोड़ी.
So when he disappeared like that, I didn't have a choice, and Varun came on board. my intention and my commitment. देखिए मुझे, और इसीलिए मुझे डिफिकल्ट होता है सबके साथ काम करना, क्योंकि मेरा ट्रिप गाड़ी पैसा नहीं है, मुझे सिर्फ फिल्में बनानी है और मुझे नहीं फर्क पड़ता देखिए मेरी ज़रूरतें बहुत कम हैं, इसीलिए क्या बोला तूने? मेरे सीने में दम है, गुड लाइन, या मेरी नियत में दम है, whatever that stands for. So I am very clear, nobody owes me anything, I don't owe anyone. He loved the film and I'm very grateful to him for that. He came on board and said I will present it. I am supremely grateful to him for that. And then if he wasn't there when we reached out to him repeatedly, I can't indefinitely wait. So I have done the next best thing for the film because I'm responsible to the investors, to the actors, everybody who's given their time. And he will still support the film. I know that when the film comes out. But when I don't hear from someone, and this is again, I'm going back to my first statement, accountability. Some communication always helps keep things moving forward. Even something like I can't do it. So I didn't know whether it's happening, not happening. I gave it 3 months. 100 days is my magic rule for anything. इंसानों के साथ 3 chances और time wise 100 days. अगर किसी ने 3 चीज़ बार-बार की गलत, तो मैं फिर हाथ जोड़ के पीछे हट जाता हूँ, और अगर 100 दिन में किसी ने जवाब नहीं दिया तो मैं उसको ड्रॉप कर देता हूँ. No hard feelings. Maybe it's not meant to happen.
Hi. This is Mike.
अरे Mike.
Hello.
Well, one thing is for sure, and I'll come to you. आपका mic जब तक fix हो रहा है, कि we've done this a couple of times, more than a couple of times, but इतना passion, Anshuman, from a director producer, from the entire cast, we've never seen this. So I think that is what makes it so amazing and so great, you know. So इस बात के लिए I think एक बार इस पूरी team के लिए तालियां बनती हैं, because the way they are talking about this entire process, you know, it's something different and out of the box.
और इसीलिए ना, देखिए क्या होता है ट्रेलर लॉन्चेस पे, सीटें भरती जाती हैं, राइट, जिससे आपको ऐसा लगे कि ये कन्वेंशनल, तालियां बजती हैं. हम आपको लाए हैं यहाँ, आप पे ट्रस्ट कर रहे हैं, एज अ जर्नलिस्ट फ्रेंड्स, एज अ मीडिया. इफ यू लाइक द ट्रेलर, प्लीज हेल्प अस फिल दीज सीट्स इन थिएटर विथ योर वर्ड. We are not giving you fake claps here with fake money given claps. वो सब नहीं कर रहे हैं हम, क्योंकि हमें आप पे ट्रस्ट है. सो अगर आपको ट्रेलर अच्छा लगा, प्लीज स्प्रेड द वर्ड.
Hi, this is Shweta. I saw the trailer, lovely, suspense है, mystery है. So my question is to Arjun sir. From international shows to Indian cinema, you have built a balance करना art को, rich. You are so good in that. So what drew you to this film?
I think as I said before, you know, number one, the confusion of कि ये क्या है ये film, ये thriller है, ये comedy है, कि suspense है, कि murder mystery है, ये मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा था. I could not put it in one box. And when I can't put something in a box, I like that, you know, because I don't like to be in a box. And we've spoken about boxes here already. And there's a box in the film. But, so number one, it was really that. And then, you know, the opportunity to work with friends and people whose work I've respected deeply, is just that. And also the character that I've gotten to play, actually. It's something that I have never had the chance to do before. And I was very surprised actually. जब अंशुमन मेरे पास ये लाया पहली बार, मेरा पहला सवाल यही था, how did you see me doing this? Because I can do this really well, but ये पहले कभी किसी ने नहीं, nobody has brought anything like this to me. So definitely what I've gotten to do in this film is something completely different from what I have been so far known for, and वो आप देखेंगे.
And you know, I'll just quickly add one thing to that. Rasika spoke about author-backed scripts. So इस film में, and again credit to Vikas, his character is the hardest to play because there are no crutches from the writer. It's a flat line when you read it. So I needed an actor who can understand the nuance of it and build the heartbeat of the character. And I personally feel it's Arjun's best work. He's won the Best Actor award at the UK Asian Festival by BFI last year for this film. And I truly hope people see that this is the best actor called Arjun in India and he gets more work because he deserves it.
One last question we take.
Hi, I'm Rika. Hi, I'm Kavisha from Bollywood Helpline. Right here.
I'll come to you.
Okay. Right here. So, first of all, congratulations, Anshuman and everyone. It's amazing. The trailer looks amazing. Tanmay, I would like to ask you, we've talked about everything here. But how was your experience working with these 4 people sitting here? And you said that these kind of characters attract you. But what was this one thing in the script which attracted you to do this? Because as Anshuman said, it's risky sometimes to work on these kind of scripts. So what was that one thing which attracted you?
I think I do I think if you see the kind of films I do, like I think I am attracted to risky films anyway. I didn't think this was actually a risky film as such, but but yeah, but the script was amazing. It's just based on a play. I come from theatre, so I love that about that. And yeah, I think working with all of them was amazing. I think I talked about the workshop a lot, and for me, like anything I do, I like to workshop it before. I'm not a very on-off actor. I can't just come and do my work, so I need that time and space. And that he gave us that time and space over a period of time was amazing for me. And to workshop with people like Rasika and Arjun, like Arjun and I actually have done a few projects together, but never been on screen together. So this was amazing for me. He's actually, it's a third, yeah, after Indian Summers and Made in Heaven. And what was amazing is that I met Arjun before I even moved to Bombay. We met on a set there, yeah, in Malaysia. And we met because he wanted my cigarettes, classic ones. Anyway, and Rasika, yeah, like, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Rasika. Like when I watched Manto, I was just so blown away. Like, I'd seen her in Kissa as well, but Manto, I was like, yeah, she's so amazing. And so it was a dream. Like, so when he said Rasika's on board, I think there were many times like there were like date issues also happening. I was shooting something else when the film was happening. But I think like I held on because of Arjun and Rasika and the script itself. Like, I didn't want to let it go. What was the other question? You had something else you asked me. Yeah, so yeah. And then once I got on set and Paresh was there, Zoha was amazing in the film. She was my like set mate. What is it called? Yeah, green roommate. Yeah. So like we had loads of fun on set. So on that.
Thank you.
आइए आओ कभी हवेली
Nice one.
तो आएंगे जरूर आएंगे.
Great, I hope
so.
So
The trailer looks really wonderful. There is so much of tension. There are so many secrets. And what I like is I think it's the end is very unpredictable. So shooting this film must be really a thrilling experience for you. So any thrilling experiences on this set?
Oh my God, there were so many. First of all, we in the middle of our shoot there was this this hurricane. It had a name. Yeah, 40 साल में यूरोप में सबसे बड़ा हुआ हरिकेन हमारे शूट के दौरान हुआ वहाँ. So we were shooting in snow. What else? Thrilling क्या हुआ यार?
The car crashing. Many people's visas hadn't come, so after every 3 days, 1 minute में
Yeah, correct.
So ये COVID third wave था उस दौरान हम गए थे. So visas was like yeah.
बॉक्स के साथ कुछ मिसहैप वगैरह.
बॉक्स के साथ कुछ मिसहैप. परेश था उसमें मेरे साथ.
There are pictures coming to prove that.
I just one more question regarding Anshuman ji. He kept talking about workshopping. I really like this term. So what was your experience of workshopping with him?
It was great. Workshopping on any project, I think, should be an essential part of the pre-production because उसी में समझ आता है सब कुछ कि क्या है actually script, what is the script about, क्या है, what मेरा कैरेक्टर मुझे like I said मैंने पहली बार जब स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ा मेरे को बिल्कुल समझ ही नहीं आया क्या फिल्म बनाने निकले, लेकिन ये फीलिंग थी कि पर मैं ये करना चाहता हूँ. So पर ये फिल्म क्या है एक्चुअली मुझे सिर्फ वर्कशॉप में समझ आई. एंड फॉर दैट एक्चुअली फुल क्रेडिट टू ऑफ कोर्स राइटर विकास मिश्रा बिकॉज इट वाज जस्ट वही है. उससे भी ज्यादा मुझे परफॉर्म करते हुए समझ आया. I was finding nuance while performing and then going to Anshuman,
अच्छा ये था इसका, ये सब पहले पता ही नहीं चला. And I think that's magical writing.
And that's the root of workshopping. You let the actors discover the magic. You don't direct them ki this is the purpose of this scene. And intelligent actors, please pay attention to the word intelligent.
Yes.
Intelligent actors discover magic in the script.
Come, we'll wrap this up with you. Yeah?
Kavisha, I noticed you are dressed as Hitchcock to pay tribute to him, so that's wonderful.
Yes, this is the loosest black suit I've ever worn, but I believe in such silly things. I feel like I'm back in school, so yes, I'm glad you noticed. Thank you.
And secondly, my question is, you said that you have shot this on one lens. जबकि बाकी चीज़ें भी साथ में आती हैं, as you said, but it was on one lens. So how hard was it for you to work on it? And second question is, it's something out of the box. We all know AI is taking over the movies and everything. So working with this movie and as other projects coming up, do you think that AI is really taking over movies or cinema overall?
I'll answer the answer in two parts because you asked two questions.
Yeah.
What was the first one? Sorry.
One lens.
One lens.
Yes.
So single lens was, like I've already said, I had decided on the scripting stage that is going to be the language of the film. See, again, a rule in my life: I think and then I do. I don't do and then think. Again, a recipe for disaster. If you act and then think post-acting, your life's going to be miserable. So I had decided this will be a single lens film, and then I followed that. Then nothing in between can come. Jean-Marc tried to convince me to use one more lens, and I said, one lens film. This is how it's going to be. So, no, it was not difficult to answer your question, because the decision was coming from the narrative, from the script, not from a personal sudden choice. Second part, sorry, remind me again. I've not been sleeping. Yeah, I don't think so. AI will never be able to take over. I have 2 more films in production right now as first ray films, which are coming out in December and Feb. The sequel of Lakadbaga is coming. It's the biggest hand-to-hand action film India has ever made. And I'm saying this openly. And every actor in that, we've got Dan Chipong, we've got Sunny Pang. You cannot create a Dan Chipong and a Sunny Pang on AI as much as you like. You can't fight like that. It'll look mechanical. You can't. So similarly, you can't act like Rasika Duggal. You can't make the choices Rasika, Arjun, Paresh, Tanmay make. A machine will never be able to do that. Having said that, what AI will do and is already doing is it'll help VFX and the hygiene parts of cinema making get better.
Translation, subtitles.
Easier. Yeah, things are getting easier on a technical level because of support from AI. It's like now you will use ChatGPT to think of 10 headlines, say. It is not like it will choose the headline. You may choose to mix 3 combinations of a headline and put it, right? AI can only facilitate you. It will never be able to take over you because the emotion of a human can never be replicated by a machine. Definitely not in cinema. Maybe cartoons, animation, sure. But even then the writers will have to write it to a point where the emotion comes out. If there is no emotion, like my best man Paresh says, क्या बोलता है तू? पंकज जी ने क्या बोला था? So Pankaj Tripathi has very famously said, emotion से लोग connect करते हैं, किससे नहीं? Information से नहीं. And AI can give you information. It will never create emotion.
फिलहाल यहाँ बड़े सारे इमोशंस हैं जिनको अलग-अलग रूप से देखने को मिलेगा on the 10th of October when we get to watch this film in theaters. Trying to wrap this up.
The real hero of this film, and I think the real hero of every film, is the writer of the film. And you as the media have this onus on you to start pushing that so that writers get the weightage that currently only actors do in India. Vikas Mishra, ladies and gentlemen, the writer of Lord President.
Thank you so much. Shroff Saab, thank you so much for being here. We'll do a quick picture with the team, right?
Come close. Yes. Yes. You go right. Solo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. पार्टी है कि नहीं?
Let's hear it for team Max Marketing, ladies and gentlemen. ये पीछे ये धुरंधर हैं कुछ. Of course, we get to see them every now and then. And जितने बड़े titles आप देखते हो, सबसे associated होते हैं. आज बड़े एकदम दुबक के बैठे हुए हैं. Thank you so much.
Thank you. इसके सामने उसकी किसने रुक जा मैं बता सेंटर आई सेंटर थैंक यू चलो